Hello, back again on the Top Recap channel. This time I will tell a movies entitled Parker. Let's get straight into the storyline. The story begins by showing a fair event in Ohio, Florida, United States. We see someone who was disguised as a priest. He was named Parker. Here, Parker and his accomplices want to steal money at the fair. The money is stored not far from the location. Parker's gang consisted of Melander, Ross, Hardwick, and Carlson. They have their respective tasks, such as Melander and Ross, who are tasked with breaking into the safe in the building. Carlson was in charge of monitoring and providing a vehicle for them to escape. Meanwhile, Hardwick was assigned to distract the visitors. In short, Parker immediately knocked on the door of the money storage office, pretending to leave a suitcase. But at that moment, Parker immediately attacked the guard, assisted by Melander and Ross, who were waiting behind the floor. They quickly took control of the situation and took all the money in the safe. Meanwhile, Hardwick was burning hay to divert attention. Due to Hardwick's actions, the fire immediately spread to the gas cylinder that happened to be in that place. The fire caused a massive explosion and resulted in several fatalities. After taking all the money, Parker's gang immediately tried to leave the place using the car that Carlson had provided. They then met back at the old warehouse to change cars. Here, Parker feels very upset with Hardwick's careless behavior. Parker then beat Hardwick because his actions had killed several innocent people, and now they were wanted by the police. After that, Parker and his accomplice left using another previously provided car. On the way, Melander made a new plan to use all the money from the robbery to pay for a bigger robbery, namely, to rob jewelry that was super expensive. Parker, who did not know about the plan, disagreed because the previous agreement was that the robbery money would be immediately divided equally. Melander and his other men were already planning to kill Parker if Parker didn't cooperate with their new plan. Parker realized this, and there was a commotion in the car. The fight resulted in Parker being shot and thrown out of the car. Here, Melander asked Hardwick to make sure that Parker was really dead by shooting him once more. After that, they immediately left the place. After they left, Parker's body was found by a farmer's family who happened to be passing by on the road. Parker was found alive, and the farmer's family immediately took Parker to the hospital. The next day, Parker woke up and realized the police were looking for him. He tried to escape from the hospital by pretending to be a doctor, taking a patient to an old man who couldn't speak. After getting out, Parker stole the hospital ambulance and went to the wheat fields to treat himself. A few days later, Parker tried to find food supplies and managed to steal weapons and change clothes. Parker also stole a car that was parked there. On the way, Parker contacted someone named Norte to ask him to make a new identity for Parker. Parker then stopped at a pawn shop to rob it of its money. Parker quickly paralyzed the guards there and took all the money.
About the leg, Jack. You sit tight for 5 minutes, I'm gonna call you an ambulance.
Parker plans to use all this money to avenge the group that betrayed him. On the way, Parker contacted his father-in-law, Hurley. Hurley is a senior thief who knows a lot of bad guys. Parker then asked where Melander and his group were because it turned out that it was the father-in-law who introduced Parker to Melander's group. At first, the father-in-law did not want to tell because Melander and his group were on good terms with a big mobster named Danziger who could endanger Parker and his family. Moreover, Hardwick is the nephew of the mobster. But Parker continued to urge Hurley until he finally said that Parker could lure them by going to Hardwick's brother Jack. It is known that Jack owns 5 big bars on Barber Street. After that, Parker went straight there in a stolen car. In the evening, Parker arrived at Jack's bar. Parker then beat up Jack's men and went in to meet Jack. Parker also beat up Jack and asked about his brother's whereabouts. Jack, who was depressed, finally said that his brother was currently in Palm Beach. Palm Beach itself is a place inhabited by rich people. After that, Parker contacted his wife and in-laws to quickly leave the house because Jack and Danziger would definitely hunt them down. Meanwhile, Hardwick and his accomplices panic when they get news from Jack that Parker is still alive and will hunt them down. Here, Melander is very angry at Hardwick because Hardwick does not make sure Parker is dead. But Hardwick calmed Melander by saying that Danziger and his brother would kill Parker by sending their best hitmen. The next day, Parker's wife, Claire, and the father-in-law were about to escape from their home. Here, the father-in-law will first pick up Claire's mother. When Claire was alone at home, suddenly came Danziger's hitman. Claire was lucky to realize it immediately and escaped through the window. Claire also punctured the tires of the hitman's car and then immediately left the place. On the way, Claire immediately contacted Parker and told him the situation she had just experienced. Parker told Claire to hide on a beach, which he thought was the safest place. Long story short, Parker met the father-in-law. Here, the father-in-law told Parker to calm down and not to make trouble anymore. Even the father-in-law is willing to replace his share of money not given by Melander, which is $200,000. But here, Parker refuses it and continues to hunt Melander and his group for daring to betray him. Parker even plans to come to Palm Beach with a new identity, Daniel Parmet, the son of an oil refinery boss who will buy a house there. The scene moves to Palm Beach, a residence for the rich. We are introduced to a woman named Leslie. At that time, Leslie and her mother were experiencing financial problems. Leslie works as a property salesperson selling houses in Palm Beach. While at work, Leslie was having a headache because her mortgage was in arrears for several months and was about to be sealed by the bank. Stuck with her condition, Leslie tried to steal her friend's customer by taking the client's contract so that Leslie could contact her directly. Long story short, Leslie agreed to meet her client somewhere. It turns out that the client is Parker, who has now changed his name to Daniel Parmet. Leslie immediately invited her client to take a walk there. Before arriving at a crossroads, Parker asked to get off and left by taxi.
Lake Okeechobee, please. Yes. Take Highway 441.
It turns out that Parker went to his wife's hideout by the beach. Claire, who used to work as a nurse at the hospital, tried to treat Parker's wounds. After that, Parker said goodbye and would go to the Palm Beach Hotel to carry out his mission. The next day, Parker reunited with Leslie. Leslie invited Parker to see the houses in Palm Beach while telling him the prices. Finally, Parker saw a house located on the corner of Palm Beach. The house also looked different from the surrounding houses. Leslie said that the house had just been bought by a group of people to be repaired, but until now, the house has been unchanged. Parker immediately suspected that the house was occupied by Melander's group. Later that evening, when Leslie checked the information about Daniel Parmet or Parker, it turned out that Daniel had never made any transactions with his credit card. Leslie immediately thought that Parker was just a con artist. Moreover, Leslie just got an email from the leasing company that her favorite car will be towed tomorrow. Meanwhile, Parker sneaks into the house he suspected earlier. Sure enough, Parker saw Melander and his group coming out. After they came out, Parker snuck in and placed the gun under the table. It was also there that Parker saw the evil plans of Melander's group. Parker then broke their weapons so that they could not be used. When Melander's group returned home, Parker rushed out of the house. When Parker returned, he saw Leslie already in his car. Here, Leslie unmasked Parker. Even Leslie knew that Parker would commit a robbery, but instead of reporting to the police, Leslie wanted to join Parker in the robbery. This was deliberately done because Leslie is currently in dire need of money. Leslie was then taken by Parker to her own office. At that place, Parker told Leslie to get naked because he thought Leslie was wearing a bugging device. After that, Parker left there, saying he would consider the deal the next day. The next day, Leslie was contacted by Parker, who would invite Leslie to join. They then met in an empty apartment. Parker told all his plans and asked where the diamonds worth tens of millions of dollars were stored. Parker had previously looked in jewelry stores but did not find them, meaning Melander's group was not targeting jewelry stores. Leslie, who has lived in the area for a long time, certainly knows that the Queen of Palm Beach keeps the jewelry, which will be auctioned tomorrow night. After that, Leslie took Parker to the Palm Beach Queen's house, where Parker saw Melander and his group disguised as officers. This makes Parker even more convinced that this place will be robbed. After that, Parker told Leslie to return to her office, and then he returned to the hotel to plan. But when he entered the room, Parker was suddenly attacked by Danzinger's hitman, who had previously attacked his wife. They fought very brutally. In the end, Parker manages to kill the man by dropping him from the hotel balcony. But Parker also had to be injured quite badly. The next morning at home, Leslie was visited by a policeman. The police came to ask about Daniel Parmet's identity because they knew that Leslie was the salesperson who had served him the previous day. All because of the discovery of a dead man who was none other than the hitman who was accidentally recorded by a resident's cell phone there. The police suspect Daniel Parmet because, after the incident, he escaped from the hotel by stealing a car. When Leslie went to get the policeman a drink, she saw blood in the sink and on her dog's paws. Leslie immediately distracted the policeman and saw Parker in the corner. Leslie then asked the policeman to leave quickly because Leslie and Daniel Parmet were just servants and clients. After the policeman left, Leslie went straight to Parker. Parker tells Leslie to go to the office as usual so that no one suspects her. Leslie's mother also received Parker kindly and told Leslie to leave quickly, as Parker said. When Leslie was at work, she was not focused and only thought about Parker. She felt worried about Parker's condition. In the end, Leslie decides to go home to see Parker. But when he got home, Parker was already getting help from his wife. Seeing that, Leslie is a little jealous of Claire.
You almost died!
In the evening, the Palm Beach Queen auction begins. When the event opened, they were surprised by an explosion that sent people scattering. Then Melander and his two friends tried to get in by disguising themselves as firefighters. Here, they immediately took all her jewelry. After that, they changed into swimsuits to escape through the waterway. Meanwhile, Hardwick, tasked with distracting attention, drove a boat towards the restricted area to keep the police busy. Melander and his partner used this opportunity to quickly escape from the place. Meanwhile, Parker went to Melander's group home and hid there, waiting for them to return. Soon, Melander and his two friends arrived with the loot. Unexpectedly, Leslie came to the place because she was worried about Parker. Not long after, Hardwick, who had just arrived, immediately pointed a gun at Leslie and took her inside. Here, Melander can already guess that this is Parker's doing. Melander ordered his group to check the whole house while shouting threats to kill Leslie. Seeing that they had all split up, Parker then killed Ross. Meanwhile, they began to panic when Ross didn't return. Melander and Hardwick tried to find Parker while Carlson was guarding Leslie. When the opportunity arises, Leslie picks up the gun Parker had left behind and shoots Carlson. Meanwhile, Melander managed to find Parker and they fought each other. But Parker was too strong and managed to kill Melander. Hardwick tried to take Leslie hostage, but Parker was not afraid of Hardwick's threats at all and shot Hardwick immediately. After killing all the traitors, Parker and Leslie quickly got out of there with all the jewelry. In the car, Parker told Leslie to keep all the jewelry in the ventilation room of her office. After the chaos subsides, Parker will send people to take and sell them, but selling all the jewelry will take a long time. Parker also said that he would take $200,000 as payment for the previous robbery mission, while the rest would be given to Leslie and the farmer's family who had helped him. Then, they went their separate ways. 6 months later, Parker found Danziger and finished him off. Parker did this so no one else could hurt him and his family. 1 year later, Leslie received a package. After opening it, the package contained some cash from Parker. Leslie is very happy because the money will solve her financial problems. Meanwhile, the farmer's family, who had helped him, also got some money, which was used to rebuild his hut into a very livable house. And the movie is over. Don't forget to click subscribe, like and comment.